And you are now tuned into another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio, brought to you by M3S3 Clothing. Men make moves and suckers stand still. And today we have the incomparable Jasmin Leigh in the building. CEO, mother, comedienne, actress, and the co-host of the People's Party, and much, much more. Thank you for joining the conversation. And how you doing, Queen? Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, hi.
Uh, how you doing? How's your family?
I can't really understand the voice.
Oh my God, not today. Can you hear me any better now? Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me any better now? This is the weirdest shit. It was just working just a second ago, and for some reason it's fucking up. Let's see. Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, can you hear me now? That's crazy. Hello, can you hear me now? I got it up as
Um,
loud as I possibly can. Can you hear me now? Wow, this is. I tell you, man, Restream is really fucking up. Can you hear me now? I'm going to bring you off and then bring you back in. Give me a second. I do apologize for the technical difficulties out there, ladies and gentlemen. It's not me. It's fucking Restream. But we'll get it fixed. Give me a second. All right. Can you hear me now, Queen? Jasmine. Man, I had a dope ass intro, the whole nine. Well, hopefully, and let me make sure I can hear me. Cause that's odd. Like we had a whole conversation before before the show started, and it was beautiful. It was perfect. She showed up early. No one ever does that. And then we just had technical difficulties. Can you hear me now?
okay. I was like, is this like a joke?
I no, it's not. It was not me. I'm just sitting here talking to myself, saying like, "Wow, it was working just a second ago."
Oh, you sounded like a robot.
Okay, well, hopefully that has been resolved. Can you hear me okay now?
Yes, it's just a little echo, but that was way better than the robot.
Okay. And hopefully the echo is resolved, on the playback. I'll see if I can fix it or whatnot. Anyway, thank you for joining me. You look lovely. How's life?
Thank
How's your
you.
family?
My daughter's great. I'm great. No complaints over here.
That's good. And first and foremost, man, if nobody has told you today, I am extremely proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you. All right, so let's start. Let me see. Tampa, you're from Tampa, or I take that back. You're New York.
Yes, I'm originally from New York, and then I moved to Tallahassee around high school. So I kind of lived in both places almost the same amount of time. So I feel like both kind of helped with my upbringing, shall I say.
Okay, okay. And now you are in California, correct?
Los Angeles,
How long you been out there?
8 years.
8 years. You've
Yeah.
accomplished a shitload in 8 years.
Oh, why, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. What let's see, you CEO, actress, comedian, co-host of a podcast. Which one comes first?
Jasmine Leigh comes first, actually. The person that comes first. But other than that, I mean, I've wanted to act my whole life. It's just about actively getting out here and doing it. But right now, my main job is co-host of People's Party with Talib Kweli. So depending on who you ask, that will probably come first because I feel like people will know me more from there than from acting.
Okay. Um, how long have you been doing that with him?
It'll be 3 years in June.
Damn, it's been that long, huh?
Yes. because we made it through the pandemic. So
Now, and in the beginning, were you familiar with podcasting? You know, did you have experience, or it was just something new to you?
well, I had did Jeff Ross's podcast a couple of times. I had my talk show, Jasmine's World, that I had on like this internet cable channel. So the interview aspect of things, like I had already been doing.
Hmm.
So, but learning Talib's way of doing things and learning the format of this show is like kind of different than what I did on my show or than what I
Hmm.
do when I've been on Jeff's show. So, it's been really fun, learning and growing over these past couple of years.
Lil Kim still your favorite?
Interview. Why did you ask me that? I don't know if I can. I mean, Lil Kim is still one of my favorite interviews, but I feel like every week I have a new favorite because, like right now, the Jay Farrell interview, I had so much fun doing. So
Hmm.
that's like one of my new favorites. Like I was laughing the whole time. Like my face hurt literally afterwards.
How you say Mos Def's name? I'm about to butcher it.
Yasin Bey.
That interview was a really, really, really good one for you.
Yeah, that was a great one. I really wish that we could have met him in person. I mean, we could have done the interview in person. I've met him before,
Hmm.
but I would love to redo his since it was virtual, and I would love to like actually be in the room with all of his energy because he just had so many bombs to share.
Man, that dude is he's a unicorn to say the least. Like,
Right.
I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed that one. What would you say is your biggest growth from show one to now?
I mean, show one was just real. Like I looked greasy. I was high. It just was not like I was looking at it, I was just like, So I mean, I definitely think my look has matured for sure. And then just like as far as the first show, I barely, asked anything. Whereas now it's like, I feel like I have more of a place in the show. I kind of know why I'm there. Whereas that first episode, I was just like, oh, okay, we're asking questions, but what else? So, yeah, I mean, I've learned so much since that first episode. Like, it's crazy.
Is Talib the same guy online that he is in person?
I mean, Talib is himself all the time. And, everybody has different parts of their personality. And some
True.
people just don't get let into all parts of your personality. So,
That's true. That's true. Um, Jasmine's World. Are you still doing that?
okay, so I do vlogs from time to time, and I post them under Jasmine's World, but I haven't actively like brought my show back.
Hmm.
And one of the reasons is because it was so great before to recreate it. It's like I have to do it on that level or better. And so I'm just really like, I really need to like hone in on the time to get my own separate thing popping
Hmm.
because I had so much fun with it. It was a great time. And, it was like a mixture of like Ellen and late night talk show concepts.
Hmm.
So it's just what I want to do later on in life. So I was just pretty much showing the world what, I want to accomplish.
You and Daphne had a really good chemistry too.
Hmm.
Yeah. Did y'all just stop fucking with each other, or?
We just decided not to do videos together anymore.
Mhm.
Um, the sketch thing is not the internet sketches is just not like my forte, I would say.
Mhm.
So yeah, Ed and I had started People's Party, so we just went, and went on to our separate endeavors.
Comedy. Are
Hmm.
are you are you back on stage?
Yes, actually, I just featured for Jeff Ross all weekend, this past weekend in Atlanta, and it's great. I mean, I love being on stage. I love being able to get my stories out. I love being able to relate with other people, and I just have a blast every time I hit stage. So it's just like, I don't know, it just makes me feel all warm inside.
I don't know how you do it. Like I've been doing this show for years, and I still get nervous. How do you overcome that? Like it's just you, a mic, and it could go wrong.
It most definitely can go wrong. And I mean, I had a joke bomb on national TV, so I feel like when you have that happen, it's like, whatever. You're gonna some days you're gonna have you as long as I'm having fun, it's fine.
Mm.
Because like some days I'm gonna have fun and I'm gonna have an amazing show. Some days I'm gonna have fun and none of my jokes will hit. But I get nervous every single time. It's just because I want to do great,
Mm.
and I kind of just like have my own self talk. I watch Grey's Anatomy, and they do like the Superman pose before they do surgery. So like, yeah, a lot of times when I'm having like, if I'm really nervous, I'll go in the bathroom and I'll do like my Superman pose and like have my little pep talk and just be like, just have fun. Like Lil Rel told me, whenever you're on stage, you should be having fun, and if you're not, what are you up there for? So I just try to focus on the fun, and
Hmm.
that skill will go along with it.
Okay, so I missed that one. You said you bombed on national TV. Who was the first person you talked to after that? The first phone call you got after that joke went south.
I don't remember because I watched it at the Comedy Store, but I did a roast joke and I had said, and funny, I wrote all my roast jokes. This one I did not write. Someone gave
Mm.
it to me. And they're
Okay.
like, say this. And I was like, all right. And I said it wrong. I said the joke wrong. And then no one laughed. And then I said it again and no one still laughed. And so, I mean, my mom was there, so it's whatever. And like at the end of the day, I got more camera time than most of the people on that show. So it's like if you're gonna bomb hilariously. So it is what it is. It happens.
That's
The
a
best
dope way
of
to
the
look at
best.
it.
Like make sure they're talking about it at the end
Fuck
of the
it.
day.
Yo, I
Go
saw
big or go home.
the interview you did with Ron Taylor years ago. First
It's
off, that
the
nigga is
slavery one.
hilarious. Huh?
That's my dude. That's my dude.
I
That's my
could
dude.
you could
Like,
absolutely tell y'all were just like that was your guy. And I don't
yeah,
fan
we have.
out too much over podcasts, but dude, that van cooking, whatever I can't remember the title of it. The shit is genius. Like I don't know why that guy's not doing it anymore.
He actually is. I think he just started back doing videos on it. Shout out to Ron Taylor. Like, he just gives a great comedic advice. He to me is a comedic genius. He's just such a great writer, and he has such a
Hmm.
great brain for this industry. For the like, he studies comedians like no one else I've known. And yeah, man, that conversation, that video still gets fucking a lot, like mad views. It's crazy.
That shit was wild. And the
Yeah.
whole have you looked back? Have you changed your
No,
opinion on
I
this?
have not changed my opinion. I have not. I looked back at that video actually, and I had hit Ron up, and I was like, "Yo, this video is still like out here." And I feel
You
like
know
if
what I'm
I
about
went
to
back
ask
in
then,
time, I
don't you?
wouldn't be a slave. What?
Yeah, you think you can talk your way out of it, huh?
Of course I can, because the whole point of slavery is the entrapment of your mind. If your mind is not enslaved, then you cannot be a slave. So if I come back with the same exact mind that I have now and I'm going back to slavery, I'll be able to play the game. Like, oh, okay, you think I think I'm a slave. Watch me free all these people without getting whipped, and we're on our merry little way. So my viewpoint has not changed, and in fact, I feel even stronger about it.
I will say he had another cat on there. I can't Trey something, and he gave a
Trade.
good explanation about it. And he was saying that if you went back, the slaves don't know any other way, or they can't conceptualize freedom because it's never really been, it's never been a
Mhm.
possibility. So to go back knowing that you've been free before gives you a completely different mindset. So that part, it kind of made some
And I
sense to
can
me,
read.
which may not be a good thing though.
Yes, it is. If I'm coming back, okay, so I'm in the world today where I
Mm.
know about slavery. I know about how they got beat. I know about how they got caught when they're trying to run away. And I'm going back in time, and you think I'm going to be a slave? That doesn't even make sense.
All right, so let me ask you this, totally off topic. Netflix, and let's say you Netflixing and chilling with yourself. What's your favorite shit on Netflix?
Ooh, Netflix. I don't, I'm really a Real Housewives whore, so I really watch those consistently on my free time. But Netflix, I definitely watch You. I'm watching Brighamton right now. Um,
My daughter
what
had
else
me
am I
watching
watching
that shit
on
the
Netflix?
other day. Oh
I
my
really watch
god.
reality TV. Like that is like that's what I watch on my free if I'm not doing something. I'm watching that. Or I mean, well also I watch, the specials on Netflix. That's really what I watch on there.
You almost
I
made it
watch
on reality TV, right?
Yeah, on Hell's Kitchen.
So did you get to meet Chef?
No, I didn't make it that far. I made it to the point where the producers fly you out to LA and you go through all of these different interviews and stuff. And like, I had to make sure I paid my tickets because you can't go on TV if you have a suspended license,
Really?
whatever.
What's that got to do with it?
Yeah, I think that like one time they had someone on TV that had like a warrant out or something, and then like they were like, oh, what are they doing on TV? So now they do like the background checks, and they don't want you to have like a suspended license or something, and they can potentially take you off the show, I guess.
I didn't
So
realize they made money though. You get paid for that shit. I thought it was just,
yeah, you get paid for the show.
oh shit. So you can cook then.
Yeah, but yeah, I can.
What do you enjoy cooking most?
I really love cooking brown stew chicken. That's like one of my favorite things, just building all those flavors. And brown stew chicken is like one of my favorite things to eat. So love that. I eat crab legs all the time, and
Love
I
crab
have like
legs.
my sauce that I have to make. So I love crab legs, lasagna. It's just my taste buds be all over the place, and I absolutely love making steak. Like I feel like my sauces on my steaks are just like phenomenal.
Oh my god, man. I haven't had a really good steak in years. Oh my god. And hamburgers. I'm just addicted to hamburgers. They got a hamburger in New York that costs $500.
Oh no, that's not for
Yes.
me.
If I had the bread, like one of my daughters, her and I shared a hamburger thing, and I come across some decent, a real nice amount of money at once. We're going to New York just to eat that
I
hamburger.
get all right.
Why not? Why the fuck not?
Why not? Why
You know,
not?
like what's your why not? Like if you could just go get some shit, what's your why not?
Go get like food or go on
And
a trip.
whatever. You want to go somewhere, you want to go to the moon, you want to buy a car, you want to get a house. What's your why not?
I really like going on trips. So I feel like my why not would be like splurging on a Caribbean trip because I really love beaches. I love the sun and I just love laying out. And recently I went to Cabo and I got massage on the beach and I'm like, okay, this is the life for me. Like I would love at the end of when everything's said and done that I'm living on a beach.
Oh my god. See, I'm scared to fly.
Oh, that's sad. You
Yeah.
gotta get out of that.
Well, I wasn't always scared of heights. I chaperoned my youngest daughter one time to an amusement park, and we got stuck on the Ferris wheel on the at the top, and that shit fucked my whole head up. Ever since then, like I don't even want to go high in elevators.
Oh
Shit,
no,
back,
that's not.
yeah, it just. We were talking about that shit the other day, and she remembers it. She like, yeah, I stopped. I don't like heights since then either. I don't know what it was. Well, her friends kept moving the shit, So we're up there doing all of this shit, and we're like, I don't know, 300 feet in the air. Oh my god, are you scared of anything?
I rodents. I really don't like them, any type of them. I remember there was a possum outside my door once, and I went and called the police, and I would not go back to my house until they escorted me back. Yeah, the phone operator was laughing. I was like, I am not pranking you. Send them now.
So they actually came out and
Oh, they did.
escorted you
Yeah,
into the house.
they sure did. Yeah, I was
Wow.
so scared. I had like, you put trash outside your door. You're supposed to take it on your way out. Forgot to take it. I came back and he was like in the trash. So it's like, oh hell no.
You ever been in love?
Yeah.
Still in love, or it's gone?
You know, do you truly fall out of love if you're in love with someone?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
No.
It
Well,
it
not out of
usually
love, but you
swings.
don't really lose. You can fall out of the love, but you don't lose. You know, next question.
Well, I will say that it oftentimes the pendulum swings to the complete other side of the spectrum. Like you go from I really love that person to I really hate that person.
Yeah,
I've been there.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Um, where's Jasmine at in 10 years?
Um, Jasmine is starring in movies, sitcom, TV, like talk show. You know, I'm just people are tired of seeing me. That's where I'm at.
Okay, so you get to pick one person to play. Who would you do?
One person to play.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. You know, Tiffany Haddish is definitely going to have a biopic, but I don't know if I'm young enough to play her when she gets her biopic. Um,
I could see that too, though.
let's see. Who would I want to play? Oh,
She's actually gonna have a really good movie. She
Debbie
ever gets one.
Allen.
Oh,
Her
that's
movie is going to be
phenomenal.
great.
Yes. Can you dance?
You know, I could probably dance enough for the movie because I'd have to be trained. I can dance enough for them to get a double. But I absolutely love Debbie Allen.
Oh, she's phenomenal.
Yes.
Like I'm old enough to remember Fame, like when it was
Well,
actually on TV.
and she's on like it's multiple generations of people that know her.
Yeah,
So like
absolutely.
as an actor, as a dancer, as a director, like she's just
She's a
you know
phenomenal. She's a force, and so is her
yeah for
sister
sure.
too, Felicia. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Love them too. Um, give me a TV show that you watch that I'd be surprised at. Not the reality show, not Grey's Anatomy, but something just like I watch MASH.
Hmm. I, I don't know, Fuller House, but I guess you could probably tell that how cheesy I am. um, I don't really watch any weird shows. Let's see.
Full House is not a weird show though. Full House is low key classic.
Well, Fuller House is what I said, which is
Wait,
the
wait, wait.
newer
Oh,
version,
okay. See, I didn't know that.
which
Who's
is
in
on
Fuller
Netflix.
House?
Pretty much the same cast, and then new kids, and the Olsen twins aren't in it though.
Well, they're like 800 years old now.
Well, everyone is 800 years old now.
No, but they look, well, yeah, that's true. And then what's his name passed away, didn't he? Yeah, rest in peace to him. Okay,
Yes.
so, and I ask every comic this. You can pick one comedian to do a 30-minute set to save your life. Who is it?
The comedians doing the set to save my life,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to make people laugh.
They have to make people, and they living or dead.
You know what? I would say Patrice O'Neill.
That's a great choice. That dude is hilarious. I had Rob Hayes on last week.
Mm,
That dude is really funny.
yes, he is.
Like that's kind of like I like the kind of deadpan, and he doesn't seem to think it's deadpan. So I don't know if I want to call it that anymore.
I don't think you want to call it that unless that's how they describe themselves.
Right. So whatever. I like that style of comic. Too. It's just fucking funny.
Yeah.
Your comedy surprised me. It
How
was
so?
not that you were not being funny. That wasn't the surprising part. But man, your shit's pretty graphic. I you're like, oh, I sucked a dick for this. Okay, I didn't see that coming out of you. You always been that way, or is that just like you just feel so free on that stage that you don't care?
Yeah, I've always been inappropriate. Inappropriate things come to my head. Inappropriate things make me funny. I explain way too much at the wrong times, so the stage is perfect for me.
Yeah, I was at the house like, wow, did she just say that? I'm talking to myself and to the third person, the fourth person. I had a whole conversation with all of me. This shit was. I did. It was hilarious though. I'm at the crib like, okay, yeah, man. Do you
Thank
want to
you.
continue? Like, will you always do stand up?
I think that I'll always do stand up no matter what because I just enjoy it. Whether or not it ends up being my bread and butter or the thing that gets me, to the top or whatever, I enjoy doing it. So I think that whenever, as long as I can get on stage, I will.
What's success to you?
Um, I've redefined my definition of success. I feel I'm successful right now. I'm working in the entertainment industry on a talk show for, whether or not it's a podcast talk show, it's a talk show. And that's one of my dreams from a little girl. So I would say I'm successful. I'm still looking to climb to the next level of success, but I'm successful right now.
You absolutely are. And that's a talk show for today. And the guests y'all get on there, like fucking like, there's nobody out there that does the level of interviews that y'all do. And we were talking about a little bit off camera, like who does the research for you guys?
Talib does most of the research. He is just, I mean, that's just one of his favorite pastimes. He's just a researcher. I too enjoy research. I do my own research and then, formulate my questions from what Talib's research is. And then we have a writer, Steve Bermucci, who also helps with that. But it's really a joint effort. And, when it, it just makes our show stand out from others because we go such deep dives.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I ever get that big, I'm gonna hire somebody because I ain't doing all that shit. You know. Although I will say I do try to make myself aware of each stage of a person's life. I may not talk about it because I like to, I'm more of a conversationalist. But if they bring it up, I want to be able to expound on it a little bit. I don't want to
Right.
just be sitting there like, because I had a guy one time. I'm not gonna say who it is. A pretty big guy though. He agreed to come on the show. I did the flyer, everything, laissez splee. And then he was like, well, have you heard about this show? And I'm like, no. Well, if you haven't heard about this show, I'm not coming on your show.
Oh,
Yeah. And it was an obscure show, don't get me wrong, but it was easily searchable.
hmm.
And so I never wanted to miss another one of this shows again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But man, that shit, like, I still kick myself over that shit. Although I thought it was the way he went about it was unfair. It was almost like he was pissed off that nobody knew about this show and took it out on me. Speak, Will, and I got to talk about it. The whole planet is talking about it. Who's wrong in the scenario? Will or Chris Rock? Or is everybody wrong? And I'll give you my take on it after you answer. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? Oh, damn. Come on now.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. I'm not sure what just happened. Wow. That's crazy. Okay, so it just humming along, nice conversation for half an hour. And then, I'm going to have to get rid of StreamYard because it seems to me that every so often, for whatever reason, the audio just goes to shit. And it's not, I have had everything on my end checked out.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I can't see you though.
I'm not sure why.
Uh, Um, I'm not sure why either. It's StreamYard. Like I was just saying. Like I think I'm gonna have to go back to Zoom or something because StreamYard is flaky. It's not dependable at all. And I have checked all of my equipment, make sure everything is right, so I know my shit is working. It's just StreamYard, and that's okay. Um, what I was asking, were you able to hear the question?
No.
Okay, the whole Will and Chris Rock scenario. Who do you think is wrong in that scenario, or is everybody wrong?
All I will say is that as a comedian, it would really suck for someone to come and slap me for not liking a joke. And now that's all I'll say on that.
Okay, and I understand that. I am not as far up the food chain as you are, so here's my take on it. Uh, Jada is wrong. I just think in the whole scenario, she has done a disservice to that brother. I don't care about the whole, they personal life should have been their personal life. They kind of put it out there to make a buck, and then it kind of comes back and bites them in the ass, and it's generally at his expense. If I'm going to do something fucked up, and my wife is sitting right there, my wife is going to stop me from doing something that could damage my career. And I'm not saying that he was wrong for what he did. That's debatable. What I'm saying is that that had the potential to damage his career and the reputation that he spent decades building. She should have stopped him.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to pause you there. There's no way that Jada is in the wrong for anything, and it's crazy to me that anyone can even blame a woman who had nothing to do with anything. She didn't walk on stage. She cannot control a man's actions. She did nothing wrong, and she shouldn't even be in the discussion of
That's
who is
interesting.
right or wrong because all she was doing was sitting there.
That's in, and I disagree with you. Having been married for a while, um, your wife absolutely can stop you from doing something. My wife has stopped me on numerous occasions. I may be getting ready to mishandle something out in public, and my wife will just gently nudge me and say, "Hey." So I get what you're saying, but to protect the brand, so to speak, I would think I know how my wife would respond. Even if I'm pissed off and she's seen me, she's going to grab me before I go up stage. Now, after we get behind stage, and that's all bets are off. I don't think she would let me walk up on stage. But I get what you're saying. It's a slippery slope on the whole scenario. I think both brothers could have handled it differently. I think you're right. People shouldn't necessarily be punished for a joke. I don't think he intended the joke to be personal to her. I think it was just a joke. You know, um, and G.I. Jane was a good ass movie too, by the way. And Jada looks great with her hair like that. So I don't think the assumption would be, he may not have seen the parts where she was expressing how she felt about looking that way. So it's a slippery slope all the way around. But I definitely appreciate that. What you said. I like that. If you could change anything about you, would you?
No.
That's dope. Have you always been that confident? I mean,
It's
you're a
not
beautiful
about
woman.
confidence. It's just about God making you, and what is for you is for you, and your journey is already written out. And I don't wouldn't want to change anything in my journey.
That's confidence. That's a that's a palpable confidence. That's a beautiful thing, and most of us don't get that level. Cause I don't know. I don't think I would change anything at this point either. But I'm 50 years old, so I've been in this body for a long ass time. You know. Um, the biggest mistake you've made that you want to talk about.
I think the biggest mistake is just not knowing your worth, and once you realize that, your life can change around.
Wow. Was there a moment where you realized, okay, yeah, I'm not really valuing myself the way I should?
Yes, I mean, there comes a point when things are just continuously happening, and you have to sit and evaluate as to why they're happening, why you're letting them happen, and go from there.
Okay, that's what's up. Um, Geez, what are you like, 25? I know I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to ask. That's rude. I was going to say 22, but I think 25 was more appropriate. I don't know. Um, but you look 22. You're a beautiful young lady. The Christian Dior picture or shirt, fucking flawless. Do you dress yourself? Do you have a stylist?
I do have a stylist, Nyla Rent, and then my makeup artist, Tripoli, actually, puts the final touches on things, adding accessories and things like that. So it's great to have other people's eyes on my look as well because it's already a lot to think about.
Hmm.
So I appreciate them. Shout out to them.
How do you go about picking a stylist?
Actually, my friend Tripoli suggested her, and then I started going to her, and I liked her clothing options that she had, and then as I kept going, she started to learn my style, and then she puts out specific things for me, so I don't really have to, be shopping around. I can just come in, try my stuff on, and go on about my business.
Wow. So you just basically, she does everything. You just go over there, put some clothes on, and dip.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, that's got to be dope. Um, does the level of clothes increase as your level increases, or are they always like pretty much in the same ballpark?
I mean, I think that I just look for things that I like that make me feel beautiful and that I'm comfortable in and go from there.
How difficult is it for you to say no?
It depends on the situation, to be honest. More times than not, I can say no pretty easily.
A lot of people have difficulty, myself included. Like I say yes to shit that I shouldn't say yes to, and it bites me in the ass a lot.
Hmm.
You know, I'm getting better at saying no, but for a long time, I'm the oldest too. So for the longest time, it's pretty much I'm looking out for everybody around me at my expense sometimes.
Right.
You have siblings?
Second oldest of seven.
7.
Yes.
Wow. Shout out to your parents.
Hmm.
That's a lot. Do you want more than just one?
No, I'm fine where I'm at. Actually, I have to go pick her up soon,
Oh,
shortly.
okay. Well, I don't want to keep you too long, and I do apologize for the technical difficulties.
Oh no, that's not on you. So it's fine.
Yeah, but it's still my shit. So I got to take responsibility for it. So, because I hate that. So if you just tuned in, I do have Jasmin Leigh on. Unfortunately, the visual just shut down about 10 minutes ago, and she got to go pick up her child anyway. So we're gonna shut it down in a little bit. And so I do want to say how much I appreciate everything that you're doing. I see the growth. A lot of
Thank
us
you.
out here have been cheering you on and saluting you, and you can tell that you've been putting in the work.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Well, you are appreciated. Work ethic is that your biggest strength?
I mean, you have to work hard in this business. I mean, in any business, really, if you want something, that's the easiest part is to want it, but to actually work towards it,
Mm-hmm.
that's what takes some oomph, shall I say. And my work looks different. My work is networking. My work is getting out there and meeting people and, making genuine, sincere connections and, just trying to be kind to everyone that I come in, anyone that comes into my space, I try to be
Mm-hmm.
kind to because you just never know who you're going to be working with tomorrow, who's going to want to work with you. And a lot of times, everybody out here is talented, but it's going to go with who I want to be working with every day, who I enjoy being around. So, work ethic is a huge thing, but also being a good person, I would say.
That's what's up. Before you go, if people want to get in contact with you, they want to hire you for your services, professionally, how can they go about doing that?
You can always email me at jasminleigh.com, JASMIN at JASMINLEIGH.com. I host parties, I do private comedy shows, all those type of things. So let me know, and definitely check out my podcast, People's Party with Talib Kweli, me as co-host, every Monday night, and you can catch it exclusively on Luminary as well.
Oh, one more question. How'd you meet Jeff Ross?
Roast battle. I was doing a roast battle in the Comedy Store, and he was judging.
Wow, that's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. That's a good plug too.
Oh yeah,
Dude's been doing his thing for a minute.
for sure.
And on that note, I appreciate you. You have a phenomenal evening, and I wish you all the success in the world. You've earned it, and you deserve it,
Thank you so much.
no doubt. And
Have
shout
a
out to
great
your
day.
parents for doing such a great fucking job.
Hey, shout them out.
Yeah, I love that, man. Anyway, have a good one. Tell Talib, have a good one. Peace. We out. Alrighty. Yeah, man, I really got to get rid of this fucking StreamYard, man. I don't know. And wow, that was pretty dope, man. And I don't get too nervous. I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna front on you. I don't know why. Just very genuine, very wonderful person. I was just fucking nervous the whole time. Like, and every so often, I just get nervous. Definitely left some questions on the table, just out of just, I don't know, anxiety, whatever the case is. Um, you know, you always shoot your jumper though, and that's how I got this interview, shooting the jumper. And absolutely wish her all the greatness in the world. And truly appreciate her time, her wisdom, and her energy. And go check her out, man. Jasmin Leigh. Go look up on YouTube. Got some really dope interviews. Got some really dope content on Jasmine's World. Go check that out. And what is, I think it is, I want to say the real Jasmin Leigh on Instagram. My memory is ass. But give me 1 second and I can look it up. And of course, it just won't go straight to my whatchamacallit. Hold on, because I want to make sure I get it right. Okay, yep, not the real, but real Jasmin Leigh. Go check her out on Instagram. Make sure you follow her. That is a dope ass picture too. And there was a question in there. I'm thinking in my mind. I can't remember which question it is. I'm scared to listen to this shit again. I'm gonna have to. But there was a question. Oh man, it was such a fucking stupid question. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, right after I asked it, like, oh my god, did I just say that? And I said that shit live. But you would think after all these years, I wouldn't make rookie mistakes. And sometimes you make rookie mistakes, and it's okay. You get better, you move on. And sometimes you get caught fanning, and I'm a fan of the People's Party. They do a dope job. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk y'all head off. I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. My Skin Is My Sin. Please don't forget to comment down below and like. Peace. I'm out.